So in today's podcast, I go over why I believe Jake and Logan Paul are two of the smartest people on YouTube. They're absolutely crushing it with their marketing ability, but more importantly, they're crushing it with their back-end monetization. And we go over some of the unique things that they're doing that most people have no idea about, and how you can actually apply some of those same principles to your business and your life so that you can become a great marketer and a great monetizer. So let's jump into the podcast.
Welcome to the Ryan Pineda Show, where our mission is to invest,
I only expect to make money in things that I understand.
innovate,
It's about believing in the future and thinking that the future will be better than the past.
and inspire.
I am much more likely to hit my goal just due to putting it out there.
You're now rocking with the best.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Ryan Pineda Show. Today, I am solo, and we are talking about the Paul brothers, the infamous Jake and Logan Paul. But before we talk about these guys and why they are such great marketers that I think are absolutely killing the game, you need to make sure you subscribe to this podcast. I don't care if you're on YouTube or you're on Apple Podcast. Do me a big favor and hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you leave a rating on Apple so we can get to one of the top shows. I'm making a very big push to try and become top ranked in business, and I need your help to do it. So please, please, please leave a rating, and also make sure you're subscribed. So all that being said, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, pretty much everyone hates these guys. There are a few people who love them, and I'll get that later, but you know, when people see these guys, especially people who watch YouTube a lot, I think the majority do not like them. And some of it is deserved, but I think some of the stuff they're doing is extremely smart. And no matter how you feel about them, as an entrepreneur or as a marketer or somebody who owns a business or is trying to build their personal brand, you can actually take a lot of good things from them. So first off, let's talk about Logan. So if you don't know who Logan Paul is, he's a YouTuber. He got started on Vine, I don't even remember what year, maybe like 2013 or something. And, he transitioned from Vine to YouTube and quickly started gaining a major following. He's got tens of millions of followers across all platforms at this point. He's got a top-ranked podcast called Impulsive. I'd love to be on his podcast one day because I think it's actually a really good podcast. They talk about a lot of different things. Obviously, it's a lot more vulgar than my podcast, but I think it's pretty cool. But even with the fame and the success, he's not been without his share of controversy. He got in big trouble a few years back in Japan for going to like what they called the suicide forest, and he found a dead body in this forest, which, surprise, surprise, it's the suicide forest. And he put it on YouTube. And that obviously got him into a lot of slack or flack, whatever you want to call it. And he had to lay low for a while because he was just in such hot water from this podcast or from this video. And, a lot of people thought he was done and that his career was over because this was like a really big fail and bad judgment on his part. But it's been kind of crazy since then. After taking, a year off or so of just kind of laying low, he has really rebuilt his image into a guy that, normal people like myself actually like. Before, he was just this cocky, arrogant dude who just, was doing dumb stuff and, kids liked it and they thought it was cool and whatever. Very immature content. And now he's much more mature and talking about things that I actually find useful. So I just want to say, no matter how far you've fallen or how you used to do something before, you can definitely always come back. And he's living proof of somebody that's rebuilt his image and is now appealing to a lot more people, I would say. But anyways, these are some things that he's done recently, just like within, 2021 maybe, like that I think last year at the latest, that have gone absolutely crazy and are more than anybody else in the YouTube space, for sure. So he's got something called his Maverick Club. Now, if you've been following my YouTube channel, my main one, then you may have seen this video I did where I said, hey, Logan Paul is the smartest YouTuber. And the reason I called him that is because he created this Maverick Club that he charges $20 a month for. And it's really cool because for $20 a month, you get exclusive content, you get, merch releases, you can enter to win these raffles that, meet and greets with Logan. It's pretty cool. And my whole thing was, I was wondering, what is this guy making from the Maverick Club? That's a lot of money if even 1% of his audience, join the Maverick Club. And I'm looking him up right now as we speak. Let's see how many subscribers he's got. He's got 23 million subscribers. So think about this. If just 1% of his subscribers join the Maverick Club, that's 230,000, people. He times that by $20 a month, okay? That is $4.6 million every single month just from the Maverick Club, this $20 a month deal. And over 12 months, $55 million bucks. Now, is he making $55 million from the Maverick Club? I don't know. But I would tell you, I would think he's at least making $20 million a year from the Maverick Club. But it wouldn't surprise me if he was making $50 million a year. So I think very genius on his part. And then you saw the Ace family try and do their own version of it with the Ace Club. And then I think they've had to have many different reiterations of that. And I know some people that have been involved with the Maverick Club and the Ace Club as well. And, my sources have told me the Ace Club failed for many reasons compared to the Maverick Club, which I'm not going to get into. But my point is he was the first one, and he did it the right way. It's still around, and I think he's making some crazy money from it. But number two, so second thing he did that was crazy was the Pokemon cards. I mean, this guy put Pokemon back on the map. He started making YouTube videos of him buying all these Pokemon cards and stuff. And he did an unboxing that was absolutely crazy. He got this first edition set. He paid like $200,000 for it. And then the smart dude, this is what he does. He goes and sells all the packs for like $11,000 or something. And so there's like 36 packs in a box, and it was like almost $400,000 in revenue, but he still got to open the packs and create the content. So not only did he, make a $200,000 profit on the packs just for opening them, he got all the content, the exposure, however much value that brought him was crazy. He also did a live stream with it where he raised money for mental health and stuff. So it was great for charity, and just overall, such a smart, savvy move. Who would have thought buying $200,000 of Pokemon cards was a smart decision, number one, more than anyone had ever paid for a box. Number two, the fact that he got to open them risk-free because everyone else was willing to pay for the exposure. They got a shout-out during the live stream, and they got to keep whatever was in the pack. And he made that kind of profit on it and all the brand awareness. I wish I could open up, all those Pokemon cards for free, essentially, plus get all the exposure and make money. So super smart on his part. And then he ended up buying a bunch of boxes later. And, he's just the Pokemon king now, which is crazy, right? He single-handedly brought Pokemon back onto the map in the mainstream. Another thing he recently did, he goes and does his own NFT, which is like a Pokemon card of himself. And if you don't know what NFT is, it's crypto. It's a non-fungible token. It's like digital art. And this dude creates his own NFT, and he sells $5 million worth of it. Digital product from thin air. Made $5 million like that. Flick of the wrist, man. Snap of the fingers. I watched him do that. I said, this guy, he's the smartest guy I know. He does the Maverick Club. He makes money off Pokemon cards. He sells NFTs for $5 million. What else could this guy not do? This guy's smart. Well, all of that led to his most recent deal where he is now fighting Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather, the quote-unquote greatest fighter of all time, 50-0. Somehow, a YouTuber gets to fight him, and it's going to make a ton of money, probably 9 figures. And it just cracks me up. Like, you know, he had boxed KSI before, who is a YouTuber as well, you know, a few years back, and hasn't really fought since. But now he's fighting the greatest fighter of all time. And it's just, it blows my mind that this guy continues to innovate. You know, one of our core values on this show is, you know, innovate. And this dude is always doing it. So I respect him for all of those things and just everything he's been able to accomplish. People just don't, you know, they like to hate, but man, he's making it happen.
Here's a quick word from our sponsors. Are you looking to grow your real estate investing business? My company, Future Flipper, can help. We've taught hundreds of people all over the country how to flip, wholesale, and buy rental properties. And it doesn't matter where you're at in your investing journey. Whether you're trying to get your first deal or scale your company, Future Flipper can help. We have courses, coaching, and events for all levels of investors. So if you want to take the next step, go to futureflipper.com and book a free consultation to see how we can best help you. Once again, that's futureflipper.com. One of the hardest parts about real estate investing is finding a good contractor. That's where Southwestern Custom Construction comes in. They've been doing remodels in Nevada and Arizona since 2006. As a fully licensed and bonded general contractor, they're able to help with any type of renovation, all the way from an entry-level fixer-upper to a custom luxury home. Southwestern Custom Construction specializes in working with investors. I've personally used them on many of my projects, so I know their team is legit. If you want to get a bid on a project, head over to customhomenow.com. Once again, that's customhomenow.com. Are you looking to find off-market real estate deals? One of the best tools my team uses is Batch Leads. With Batch Leads, you're able to pull data, manage lists, and send text messages. On top of that, you can get nationwide access to the MLS to get pictures and comps. My team has used Batch Leads to get some of our best deals, so I know it works. If you want to start today, you can get half off your first month by going to batchleads.io and using the promo code Ryan. Once again, that's batchleads.io, promo code Ryan for half off your first month. Now, back to the show.
So, you know, Logan's killing it. On top of that, he even moved to Puerto Rico, which I've done a video about. And another smart move by him. You know, he realizes he's a YouTuber that, you know, can make all of his money from Puerto Rico. He can go film videos anywhere. Why has he got to be in California paying these taxes? He can go to Puerto Rico and pay no taxes. It's crazy. So, I mean, the dude's ahead of the curve. Now, let's talk about his brother, Jake. I don't think his brother's as far ahead of him, you know. Logan usually sets the trends, but in his own right, Jake's quite successful. For those of you who don't know who Jake Paul is, he started out on Disney Channel, you know, and as you can imagine, like many Disney Channel kids, turned into a bad boy. And, you know, he goes on YouTube, makes this rap video. I don't even remember what it's called, but like the most hated or the most disliked video ever on YouTube, something like that. It was pretty bad. I think the funniest video I've ever seen was PewDiePie critiquing the video of Jake Paul. We'll have to link to that in the description. It's one of my favorite videos ever. But yeah, so this guy, you know, he comes onto YouTube, gets like 10 million subscribers in 6 months or something crazy. And, you know, now he's got millions of followers everywhere, right? And he kind of just emulates Logan for the first, you know, half of his career. If Logan did it, he's going to do it. He's going to do crazy pranks and stunts and just be immature, and that's going to, you know, boost his appeal. Does that. Then he, you know, starts controversy and all this stuff, and it just leads to more following and more revenue and all these things. Well, recently, he's become a boxer, just like Logan. But for him, it looks like he's taking it way more serious. You know, Logan comes out to go fight Floyd Mayweather because obviously it's Floyd Mayweather and it's a lot of money. But Jake legit wants to be a pro boxer. Well, he is a pro boxer. I don't want to say that. But he legit wants to be one as his career. It seems like he doesn't want to be a YouTuber anymore. He wants to be a legit pro boxer. And right now he's 3-0. He actually just knocked out a former MMA champ. Now, granted, that MMA champ didn't look like he had trained in quite a bit. But nonetheless, he knocked him out really easily. And he knocked out Nate Robinson, who's a former NBA player. I'm not going to lie to you. When that fight first happened, I was like, Nate's going to kill him. Nate's a former, one of the best athletes, ever. I mean, this dude was 5'9" or 5'6", however short he was, playing in the NBA, winning the dunk contest. This dude is an athletic freak. He is going to kill Jake. No, Jake made him look like a little chump. So, I think, Jake is very serious about fighting, and his results don't lie either. He, at his recent fight with Ben Askren, they did over $60 million in pay-per-view money. So people want to watch him fight, and it ain't no joke. So all I can say is, we will see how great he is as a boxer when he fights, some real boxers, not, YouTubers or NBA guys or MMA guys. But the moment he beats some real boxers, I mean, people are going to have to take him more serious. But I'll tell you what, he knows how to promote. He stole Floyd Mayweather's hat recently at the press conference for Floyd and Logan Paul. And it got him into a fight pre-fight. And it's just a whole bunch of controversy. But guess what? It got more exposure. It was marketing. He had planned it out. He knew it would just get, all this exposure. And so, he did it. So that he's a master marketer. And that's just one thing you've got to understand about the Paul brothers is these guys know how to market. They know how to get clicks. They know how to get views. They understand that, most people hate them. And they're okay with that. Not everyone's going to love you, They do have their true fans who absolutely love them, but they understand that the majority probably hate them, and they're okay with that. They're okay being the villain. And that takes, to me, a lot of courage to know that. Man, it is a very mini influencer compared to those guys. I can tell you, man, hurtful, hateful comments and people not liking your videos and you as a person, it's just, I don't care who you are. It's not good to hear. And those guys hear it on a daily basis, very loud from millions of people. And they are, by all means, still chugging along and, doing their thing. So you got to give them some mental toughness points for sure for being able to deal with the hate and just embrace it. I look at other athletes like LeBron and Tom Brady, right? These guys are not like Jake and Logan where they're just doing, immature, dumb stuff that causes the hate. But they are hated for really just being great. People hate on LeBron just because he's great. And, people hate on him for switching teams. But, that's his biggest sin is he switched teams. And that's why people hate him. He joined super teams. People hate Brady because, he's just too good. he just wins too many championships and he's too good looking, so they hate him. But other than that, these guys, you should not hate LeBron or Brady. I mean, they're just, to me, the two greatest athletes of all time in their respective sports. Brady's the best NFL player ever. To me, LeBron's the best NBA player ever. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate now because all you Michael Jordan lovers are going to, comment below and let me know. But I think they're the two best. And, they don't deserve hate, but that's just what people do. People hate. And so the Paul brothers have taken that principle and said, hey, if people are going to hate, even if you have a clean image and you don't do anything wrong, then we might as well just embrace the hate and, do things that make people click and make people comment angrily. Angrily, is that a word? Angrily. And that way we get more engagement and more people watch our videos, and YouTube and all these places start talking about us. When Jake stole Floyd Mayweather's hat at the pre-fight, It was all over ESPN. You know, that pre-fight probably wouldn't have been the way it was on ESPN unless he did that. So once again, they're getting all these free eyeballs because they are good marketers. They know what is going to get people talking. So I think everything they do is very thought out. I think it's very calculated. And there are people who think that these guys are bozos and they're lucky and they don't know what they're doing. But no, if you think that, you're a bozo. Like these guys know exactly what they're doing. And I can tell you, as a creator myself, it's very difficult to, you know, come up with content and new ideas and all these things and to think about what's going to get the most exposure for whatever it is you're promoting or your video. These guys are masters at it. And the thing I'll say too is these guys are also masters at monetizing their influence. You know, there's a lot of really good creators who can get a lot of views, a lot of eyeballs, but none of them are making the kind of money that these guys are making off of their views on a, you know, per view basis. Even all the finance guys, right? Like they all are making good money, millions of dollars, not just good money, off of their views. But they have nothing near the back end monetization that these guys have. They ain't fighting Floyd Mayweather. They ain't selling NFTs for $5 million. They ain't making potentially $50 million a year from their Maverick Club. You know, they ain't, you know, becoming professional boxers and setting pay-per-view records. I think Jake Paul said he's already in the top 10 of all time for pay-per-view sales in one fight. That's crazy. He ain't even fighting a real boxer, but he has that much reach and marketing that he's able to get in the top 10 on his third professional fight. It's absolutely crazy. So these guys are great at monetizing their influence, and they're great marketers. Now, obviously, you know, I'm not here to just sing their praises and be like, these guys are angels. Like, you should be just like these guys. Like, no. I mean, look, just with every creator or athlete, right? Like, there's things you could take from them that are good. There's things that you definitely should not do that they do. You know, and there's a lot of things with both Logan and Jake that I would never do, you know, and I wouldn't even think of doing because morally or, you know, whatever the case may be, I just don't agree with it. But I am going to praise them for their marketing ability because I think they are very much ahead of the curve and they know exactly what they're doing. And I think you as an entrepreneur or a listener, whatever your business is, can look at them and take some good things away from what they're doing and apply it to your own business. So, yeah, I'm impressed by them. I'm always watching them, trying to figure out like what's their next move because I might be able to apply it to myself. So, anyways, hopefully, if you've never heard of these guys, I gave you a good idea of who they are. If you have and you hated them before, maybe you have a new perspective. But, you know, I enjoy watching them and I enjoy talking about this kind of stuff. So if you enjoyed this podcast, comment below what your impression is of them. And also do me a big favor. Like I said in the beginning, we're making a push to get a lot of subscribers, to get more reviews and ratings. And I need your help. We got to be top ranked. And so please go ahead and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and YouTube. Also, you know, leave a review or leave a comment. And, you know, it means the world to me. So anyways, thanks for listening. Catch you guys on the next one.
Thanks for watching The Ryan Pineda Show. If you want to work with me, head over to ryanpineda.com. You can find my courses, coaching programs, and upcoming events. We also have free resources you can download, so head over to ryanpineda.com.